Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay, so got some more bullish news for you guys with regards to Hedera and HBAR. Got a company here called Neuron, and they're basically looking to be the trust layer for the IoT, which is the Internet of Things. So if you just look on this tweet here on the screen, you'll see you've got Neuron that have dropped a video. And this is just basically giving them their introduction. I'm not going to play the video simply for copyright reasons, of course, but it looks very good. It's very well done and it's very professional. So it looks really great. And you'll notice here that HBAR Foundation have said built on Hedera. So this again just shows you how these companies are choosing Hedera to build and develop their companies. And I've said it before, it's just very telling that Hedera is always seeming to be one of the prime networks of choice to want to work with in regards to this kind of stuff. So before I go any further, I'll obviously get into more details about Neuron and Internet of Things so you can get a basic idea of what this is, because I'm sure this is probably something that's not very clear to some individuals. So let's get into this. So here's Neuron. Their Twitter is Neuron_world. And it says, building a public Internet of Things ecosystem for businesses, Outlier Ventures, Basecamp 10 cohort, and built on Hedera. So I'll show you first and foremost, what does the Internet of Things mean? So you can grasp the idea of what this is all about. I've got this website here that really breaks it down very well and can make you understand what we're talking about. So what is an IoT device, which is Internet of Things device, right? It's a physical object that connects to the internet. It can be a fitness tracker, a thermostat, a lock or appliance, even a light bulb. Imagine shoes that track your heartbeat and can flag potential health problems. You don't have to imagine these, quote, smart, unquote, shoes already exist. So let's just really break that down. Internet of Things is exactly what they say, Internet of Things, just many things that really connect to the internet. So many devices, if you can think of like a Fitbit that you use that will track your heartbeat as you're doing things like running or walking and stuff like that. You know, a light bulb, as I say, if you've got one of these newer types of lighting systems where you can actually turn the lights on and off via your mobile phone, for example, that kind of thing, that is an Internet of Things device, right? It's one of those things that is connected to the internet. So this really is a broad subject, what we're talking about here, because it can range from something as small as a light bulb to much bigger things like, you know, your home security, for example, and even bigger than that. So Internet of Things is a very big, and I guess complex is safe to say, type of issue that we're dealing with. So you can see that they're taking on a very big task here in regards to this company, because this is not something that's an easy thing to mitigate, right? Like you've got to deal with a lot of different types of subjects, right? Like there's many things that could be classed as an IoT. And so again, this shows that Neuron, they're not going to be taking this by halves, right? They're going to be taking this very seriously, and they're definitely about their business. So I'll quickly get onto their website so you can get a quick breakdown here in regards to what they've got to say. So the first thing they've got here is just the basic summary, the trust layer for mobility and IoT applications. Then I've got a bit more of a detailed breakdown here. So Neuron was founded on the premise that no single organization can bring about the change needed in a complex world of vehicles currently with a driver on board, but in the future automated and with a myriad of different sensors to observe them. The problem originates with trust. We need a trusted third-party solution that doesn't aspire to being a monopoly, but embraces all stakeholders in their ecosystem and allows them to participate in the decision-making of the network they are involved with. This philosophy guides us to unlock the benefits of decentralized solution for automation and mobility with partner organizations in their respective ecosystem. So, as you can tell, they just basically want to be a third-party layer with regards to these types of technology, right? This is what I really like about them, is that they're not trying to monopolize the market. They don't want to do that. What they're actually trying to do is allow it to be a fair market, right? They want to just be a trust layer that people can use, and they want to be that trust layer for people, for individuals, because this is the thing with IoT devices. It's a very fragile kind of thing, right? Because if we go back to the original point that I made about, for example, like the security of your house, right? What if that was hacked, right? And people can then get access to your home. So these are the kind of things that you've got to be very careful about, right? This is a very serious type of subject here that we're dealing with. This has got to be handled in a very secure way. And you want to be comfortable that this isn't a company that does want to just monopolize the market. Because let's be honest, monopolies are never good in any way, shape or form. Because all it means is that they dominate the market and they get to a point where they can basically dictate what they want to do. Because there's no one there to compete with them. Right, so they pretty much take over, and then whatever they say goes, and who can really argue against them when there's no competitors? It's that simple. Competition is what really drives innovation, because people want to bring out the best technologies or the best products, and so people compete to try and do something better than the other person. And that's what continues innovation, because people are striving to be better and continuing to develop on things. And so monopolies are never good in this sense, because they can kind of like stagnate at that point. They've pretty much got the market covered. No one can really beat them. So they can do things at their own pace. If they don't really want to innovate no more, they don't really have to, because who can really take away their market share? That kind of thing, right? So clearly this company are not trying to do that, if we're going off of the face value of what they're saying on their website. And they want to just be a third-party trust layer for applications, for IoT applications. And this is what you want. You want a layer that you can trust, right? And the fact that they're going on the blockchain, it does help, because obviously blockchains are decentralized, so that adds to that kind of factor. So you'd like to think that the fact that they're doing this is that they're going down the decentralized route. So again, I just think this is good to see. We'll see where it all goes in regards to this. Looks like they're a startup company from what I can see. I could be wrong, but I've not got a huge amount of information about them at the moment. But hey, what they're looking to do sounds ambitious, but they're early in the market. And this is the thing, right? When you're in the early stages of this kind of stuff, you've got the early mover advantage. You're here ahead of the curve. So you've got that chance to kind of take a lot of the market share, because there's not many people competing currently at the moment, right? Because it's not as big. So not as many people are jumping in it, because not as many people have heard of it. So they've definitely got a chance to really capitalize on this situation. And again, as I say, they're choosing Hedera as their network of choice. So again, what does this show for Hedera? Just continued utility, continued use case. And so again, more than anything, what I'm trying to show you here is that a lot of companies are flocking to Hedera. This is the company, the network that they want to work with and develop on. So again, it's just building that confidence, right? Showing you again more use cases for Hedera. How many companies want to work with Hedera? How many people want to develop on the Hedera network? Just continuing to build up that confidence. So great stuff to see here. I'm trying to show you guys as much stuff as I can, because I'm trying to show you how diverse Hedera is. I'm trying to show you how many companies are trying to work with them in the completely different avenues of what these companies are doing, because it just shows you how diverse Hedera is. So that's the reason why I'm trying to do these videos. You might think about them and think, oh, I've not really heard of these guys and whatnot. That's not really the point. And the thing is, these guys could be big in the future. You know, like if you think about like Apple at one stage, Amazon, you know, they weren't always just big names. They had to build up their worth, right? They had to build up their value and their brand. So this could be a huge company in the future that you'll be hearing all the time. So I don't ever knock a company if they're in the early stages at the moment, because you just don't know where they could end up, you know? So I think that's irrelevant, but I'm really just trying to show you guys, hey, these companies are here and they're developing and they're choosing Hedera. So again, it's giving you that confidence, right? Filling you with that confidence. But what do you guys think about this? Do you agree with me? Do you think this is something that's going to be good for Hedera? What do you think about Neuron? Is this something that you're interested about? A company who's trying to be the trust layer for IoT? Or do you not really agree with it? You're not really that fussed? You're not really someone who's interested in IoT and don't think it's going to benefit the network at all? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.